Butch and Bob Show.
Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. And it is now time for the rest of the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. Bob, who do we have in right now?
Right now we got Touchdown Club members and one of our new coaches in. I'm going to start with the president of the Touchdown Club, Michael Lewis. Michael, always good to see you. Again, the raffle that Wayne County Touchdown Club does annually, the $10,000 drawing. Again, normally set for Super Bowl Saturday, but it's been changed this year. Also, the location's been changed, so it gives the details, and I know tickets are still available at this time.
Yeah, we changed it this year to give us a little bit more time. We had some things come up and whatever, so we're going to do it on March the 22nd out at James Van's Lake House at 6 o'clock, isn't it, Bill?
Yeah.
And we'll have some finger foods and stuff and what have you like that. And the ticket sales are going good. If anybody wants one, you can contact me or Bill, and Katie's got some at Prime South Bank. But they are selling and they're getting low.
Right. Again, the tickets are $100 each.
$100 each.
Again, also Bill Parker in here, the treasurer of the Touchdown Club, and there's also more than just a $10,000 drawing, right, Bill? Tell us about the night and how it goes. And
well, we're going to do a little bit different this year, Bob. Like we were talking before we came on the air. Instead of having gun raffles and things like that this year, we're going to strictly go with ticket sales and probably do a 50-50 raffle for folks that's at the event. And the main reason we're streamlining it just a little bit because of cost, and we're trying to, this whole thing is about putting money in the account to supplement these guys, this football team, and what coaches want for these boys. And it's it's as anybody knows right now, it's costly for food, it's costly for clothes, it's costly for anything that you buy now. So we had to sit back and revamp this just a little bit and try to come up with a way to make it more, have more money so that we can do more for the team, basically is what we're doing. But it's still the same format as in the past. We're going to sell tickets, and then we'll start drawing tickets down until we get down to the final five. And when we get down to the final five, then we'll make a phone call to all five individuals and ask them if they want to split. If it's unanimous, they want to split, then the $10,000 pot will split 5 ways. If somebody says, no, I want to go forward, then we draw again. And when we get down to 4, same format, we keep calling. And at the end of the night, we'll have one winner or 4 or 5 winners that get to split the pot. So it's all about, like we've said, year after year after year, coming in and talking about this. It's not about Touchdown Club. It's about the Wayne County football team and the kids that's out there working. They're working now, getting ready for this upcoming season. We hope that this year we're going to look a little bit better on the field with our program. But it's all about supporting this team, supporting the coaches, raising money to move these kids on Friday. Because when we go out of town, like I've said before, it's a costly adventure. We buy, pay for their supper in. We pay for them I call it a small meal after the game. We usually try to stick 2 Chick-fil-A sandwiches in their hand, a bag of chips, and a Powerade for the ride home. Because a lot of these away games, when we go all the way over there to Perry and Warner Robins, if we got to travel there this year, it's 1:30 in the morning getting back home. And
well, that's the good news about the schedule. Like I said, we made those trips last year because the Warner Robins trip got changed because of the Perry thing got changed to Thursday night. So both those schools have to come our place. So we don't have any long trips this year.
That's right.
Thank goodness. But speaking of Touchdown Club, again, it's normally – I got to ask you, the place where we meet is closed at the moment. So have y'all made arrangements where we're going to meet this year?
We hadn't yet. We're looking.
Any possibility of getting it back to Monday night so I can make some meetings?
Yes,
Tuesday night's killing me. I got school board meetings, city meetings.
This year we're going to do everything we can to move it back to Monday night.
All right, so that's good news.
And we did that this past time to try to accommodate for the location. The location that we were meeting at, was only they weren't open on Monday night, so that flipped us over to Tuesday night, and so we're working on that now. And I feel like we'll probably go back to a Monday night. It seems to work best for everybody.
So once again, before you introduce the coach again, the drawing is March 22nd. Is that correct?
March the 22nd,
And,
6 o'clock.
and tickets
at
are
James
still
Vance.
available. They're $100 each. Again, how many tickets do they sell?
250.
250. So there's 250 tickets, $100 a piece. Then the drawing, like I said, but besides the $10,000 drawing, there's a $1,000 prize, a $750 prize, right? Go down
Yes.
the list of the prizes, Bill.
As we start drawing down tickets, Bob, for people that's not familiar, we put everybody's ticket up on the wall, and then we got a turnstile with balls in it, and we turn it and pull numbers, and as they pull a ball out, that's your ticket number that comes off the board. And there's breakdowns. When you get a certain ticket, they pay out. So we're going to have payouts of $300, $500, $750, and $1,000. Mm-hmm. So you still, even if your ticket gets drawn off the board, if you're in that, when we get to that ticket that pays out, you could still win, money back. So.
And as you mentioned, they got a 50-50 raffle. Sometimes the winner of the 50-50 raffle is a big winner as well. It depends on the crowd because those go pretty well also. But no gun raffles this year.
No gun raffles. Just 50-50 and the tickets on the wall. And it does start at 6, start drawing tickets down. So, it'll take a little while to go through the process. And anybody's welcome to come, whether you buy a ticket or not. It's 6 o'clock at James Vance Lake House on March 22nd.
What day of the week is that? Do you know?
That's a Saturday night, Saturday afternoon. Yeah.
One other thing, real quick, Bob. On March the 9th is our football banquet. We'd like for everybody to come at 6 o'clock. And immediately after, Coach is going to have a parent-player meeting, and we'd like for everybody to come. Please come. Very important. Coach has got a lot of things he needs to say and what have you, so we'd like for everybody to be there.
And that's still free admission, right?
Yes.
I heard there's no charge for this year's football banquet. And the date again is March the 9th. What day is that?
At 6 o'clock at the Commons area at the high school.
Is that a Friday or Saturday? Do we know? Or is it a Thursday? I think it might be a Thursday.
I think it's Thursday.
Yeah, that's right. It's
March,
a Thursday.
What night?
March 9th. I think it's a Thursday, if I'm not.
That's a Sunday.
Sunday, okay.
Yeah, March night's on Sunday.
Sunday
afternoon.
Sunday afternoon, okay.
Yeah.
What time?
We did that last year.
And what time is that? 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
And then the parent meeting will be at 7 immediately after an auditorium.
And like I said, you're the president, Michael. So, again, just want to invite anybody that wants to join the Touchdown Club. Tell what will take place at the Touchdown Club to those that may not be involved in the Touchdown Club.
we just love to have as many as we can. It's just a good organization. We have a good time. Usually we always met on Monday nights. It's been Tuesday the last couple of years, but, we're trying to get it moved back to Monday this year. But it's just a great organization. We do a lot for the kids. A lot of people don't realize just how much we do for the kids. And it's for the kids. It's for nothing else. Everything we do is for the kids. And we just love to have anybody come out and join us and on Monday nights when the Touchdown Club meetings start and just have a good time with us.
Okay, we got one of our new coaches in there again. A lot of changes in the coaching staff. Coach Moore couldn't be here this morning. He's out of town.
Fortunate. I just want to say we're fortunate and appreciate Coach Michael Copley for coming. He's doing amazing things in the weight room with the students, and to get an offensive coordinator and coach like we've got, for him to come here, we just want him to know we really appreciate him and what he's doing.
Okay, Coach, well, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you came from, and your coaching background.
First of all, thanks for having me. Sitting here, I met Michael, one of the first people I met coming in, and, I say he's part of the group, the reason I'm here. But when you start, I'm well-traveled, I guess you'd say, in this business. This is I started 20-some years ago doing this. Started my career in Kentucky at my alma mater, and my last school I was at Walton in Marietta. Through a mutual friend of Coach Mooring's, we got connected, and I just call it a blessing. That this worked out, and came down and met, and from the first meeting it just felt right for me and my family, and just really feel blessed to be here. But like I said, done this 3 states and been quite a few places. Before Walton, I was at a private school in Nashville, Tennessee, Father Ryan. Prior to Father Ryan, I was at Valdosta. Prior to that, I was a head coach in Tennessee as well. So done the head coaching deal, been an OC, been a DC. When you've done it 20-plus years, you kind of
do it all. Huh?
You've jumped in, done it all.
And what are you here? What's your position?
I'll be the offensive coordinator, quarterbacks, do the weight room. It's and really, I tell people it's, when you get into this and you do it, like you said, for the kids.
Once again, introduce yourself, your name.
Michael Copley.
Michael Copley.
Yep.
All right, good. Welcome to Wayne County.
I really appreciate it. It's been a wild 5 or 6 weeks, just being here and extremely busy. We're in a temporary house right now and trying to make Mama happy and find a permanent location. But it's move in. I think we had Snowmageddon. It was like the next day, and I'm like, well, I don't like cold weather at all, and here we go. I guess it snowed here twice in 40 years or something, and I was like, well, what bad luck. But it's been go time since I've hit my feet have hit the ground.
Tell us about your family, wife, kids.
Yeah.
Are you the one with the quarterback, the freshman quarterback?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
My wife Jocelyn. We've been married 18 years. My son, he'll be a rising freshman, Max, and then my daughter, she'll be a rising 7th grader, Mia. And I've got an older daughter. She's in her 3rd year of college, Madison.
Where's she go to college at?
She's online, goes through Northern Kentucky.
I gotcha.
Yes, sir.
So you came here. There's some other coaches that are new to the staff too. Can you tell us some of the coaches, or they've all been approved yet? Or I know, like I said, I met another coach that's been approved. So you're in the weight room as well, right? You're in charge of the weight room.
Yes, sir. In charge of the weight room. As far as personnel goes, I don't know exactly who's been approved or not been approved yet, so I don't want to overspeak on something on that. But I'll tell you, weight room wise, what we do in the weight room is, I think, second to none, to be honest with you. And to see our kids respond, I tell them first block, my feet hit the floor. I can't wait to see them, just to see the growth and the leadership that's taking place and the buy-in. And I know this from I grew up in a small community, and I know how involved the community gets. With these guys, they're representing what you all really want and what you're looking for, and how they're coming to work every day. And it's continuing to get better, and how they're not just supporting. They're supporting each other. It's, I tell people all the time, if you want to see something pretty special, come watch them work. It's a little different style. It's not the old let's get in a squat rack and bench. I mean, we're trying to make thoroughbreds, not plow horses, and a lot of movement that's really involved in this, and a tempo that's constant movement. And I just can't say enough positive about how they've responded to it, how they're attacking the daily work, and doing it with a smile on their face, really.
Well, there's talk of a new weight room. Have you been able to look at the designs of the new weight room at all, or have you seen that from Coach McDonald, or your thoughts on the new weight room?
I've heard a lot of talk about it and things going on, and from the very first day that I came down here and I met, and it was one of the when you're looking at making a move that you're bringing your kids, and my kids are at the age now, you want them to have a home, you want to get them somewhere where they can stay 6, 7, 8 years, hopefully longer, but you at least want to get them through school, and hearing those things that first night in that meeting was another reason. It's like when you're looking at moving your family, it's like a community that's all in. There's a standard of excellence that's from the top down. Hearing our superintendent, talk about what she's wanting, and when you're willing to put that money figure, and I don't know exact dollar figures, but I know, putting a footprint of that is not going to be, cheap, and knowing that, the people in this community voted to do that, it's for the kids, and it's, I always tell people, if your front porch, athletics is your front porch. And and the more you put into athletics, your academics get better, your school culture gets better, all those things that athletics really help. And when you do that and you put something and you're willing to put that much into it, it's pride. You're showing your kids you believe in them. You're showing your kids and that you got their back. A lot of people can say it, I got you back, but when you really put a footprint of something like I hear is getting ready to get put down, that shows our kids, our community, hey, we're taking this thing to the next level. And it's, to me, that standard of excellence, like when we sat in that first meeting and, here's our goals, here's where we want to go. There was a plan, a purpose for what everybody was going to do. That made me want to be a part of it. And on top of that, sitting in here and, the first thing that took place was a prayer over the meal. It's like great people putting the Lord first, putting the kids. And I'm like, what better place to come in and involve your family? Because I want to be around people that want to be elite in everything we do, the standard of excellence. And what is the standard of excellence? Being all in. It's going to be hard. There's going to be challenges. But being all in, yeah, there's a price tag that goes with being all in. I mean, I tell people all the time. I mean, you look at college; it's an arms race. You look at high school football in Georgia. I mean, people throwing indoors up everywhere. You go look at some of these baseball fields, and I'm like, heck, that might as well be a major league baseball field. And they're doing it because if the front porch is right, people want to come in. And I always say from a coach's standpoint and a community standpoint, you get your school system right, you get your athletics right. Shoot, at that point, you probably look up and your property tax value goes up because people look and go, I want to be there. I want to be a part of that. I mean, it's like my family. We chose to be here because of the people we met with a vision of here's what we're going to do. And that vision to me was, hey, we're all in for our kids. Because that's the thing. When you start putting in, facilities like that, your kids take pride in that. They go, somebody values what we're doing. And that's what I saw as a group of people in a community that said, hey, we're going to be all in. We're going to help our kids. We're going to help our community. And which, to me, ultimately is going to help academics too. And the more you involve kids, not just football players, I'm talking athletics in general. It's like you see schools putting in girls flag football. Why? The more people you involve in athletics, they got a team to belong to. I just did a reference for a guy last night, matter of fact, and it was, how does he work with a team? I said he's been a part of a team. He understands hard, critical criticism, getting up out of bed when you don't feel good, and you're meant to. You're going to go put yourself on the line for somebody else. That's business. You might not all the time want to get up. You might not all the time. And that's what I tell people, for me, why high school football? I've been a part of a team since I was 5. I don't know what it'd be like not being a part of a team. Like when I get up in the morning, I'm responsible to those young men. I got to bring my A game every day. Well, when you get that investment from the team, they're going, well, it ain't just about me. It's about the guy beside me. Well, that's life in general. You got to feed your family. I got to get up and I got to go to work. So this whole athletic thing, a lot of people, I think, get caught up in, wins and losses. And everybody wants to win. I want to win more than anybody you know. But are we setting them up for success beyond athletics? And that's when I sat with these guys that first night. That's what I heard. And it came down to, hey, we're already approved it. We're building this. We're doing this. Well, that shows me a commitment to our kids. So that's a little bit of, why I came here is I saw people that are willing to go the next step and be all in. And a lot of people say they want to be all in. Well, I always look and don't show me or don't tell me, show me. And when you start putting that kind of money into something, that's showing me. And that's going to show our kids.
Well, spring football is right around the corner. And like I said, you've been at Walton, you've been at Valdosta, you know the state of Georgia pretty well. You know how good Warner Robins, you know how good BC is, you know how good Perry is. I mean, it's a tough region. It's not going to change. The question is, what are the numbers like? Because at the end of last year, the numbers were way down. So how are you and Coach Moore walking those hallways and getting those numbers up?
Obviously, I look at it and I go, football, like you said, is a numbers game. Since I've been here, I think Coach and I looked at it and we had 15 to 18 guys now that basketball's ended and some of those things they're wanting to come and be a part of it. Down to me, football should be the best part of their day. So first block should be the best part of their day. The product that we're putting every day and how we treat these young men spreads fast. When you're doing it to help them, I tell our players I'm there to serve them. I've done my deal. I'm here to help you be better. I'm here to help you. What's your dreams? What's your aspirations? And, that was another reason, with Coach Mooring. Like, you talk about a good human being that, I got a kid coming. You know what I mean? I got one that's a freshman. I want him around good people. And he's somebody that every moment he's trying to figure out how to help these kids. So I think once people realize, hey, they have our best interests. Coach Mooring has got an absolute bought a home, he's got a beautiful place over, like he's fully invested. And I think people see that, and it's like, all right, that trust factor. There can be no true relationship without trust. Well, he's built a home. Kids see that. The same people show up to work every day with a great attitude, and we're here to serve you. Well, that spreads word. And now, what does that look like? When you start adding numbers to the program, it takes everybody. People listening to this right now, if your kids aren't playing, and you played, why are your kids not playing? It's a community to me to get kids. I always tell people, our kids are the number one recruiters of our hallways. Because what are they saying about their experience? And if they're having a great experience, they're out recruiting. I say our community is probably next. Our school system is a huge piece to that. How easy is it for them to get our kids where they need to be successful? So it's not just in my opinion, a Coach Copley, a Coach Mooring, or whoever's on staff getting kids. This is a community effort to make sure that our kids want to be a part of this organization, and they want to represent us on Friday night. So I say to everybody listening, if you know a kid that ain't playing in your neighborhood, and why are we not talking to them? Why are we not? A lot of times it's just walking up and showing them interest, and down to our teachers. What a phenomenal place to start is our teachers recognizing, hey, man, that kid probably needs to play. Let's get him to coach. Send him down. Hey, write him a pass. Send him to Coach Mooring. Send him to Coach Copley. Because, again, the more they're involved in our school culture, the better off they're going to be.
You said a lot, but you didn't answer the question. The question is, are the numbers up? Like I said, we went 0-10 last year.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I don't know what the numbers were last year, so it'd be hard for me to fully answer that because
I guess you'll know when you get right to go to that first day of spring practice.
Yeah. Now,
as you recruit between now and then and get the team together on that first, as you set up for that first practice there, and then that meeting that you're going to have with the parents, and it'll build from there. And then find out what the numbers are going to be going into spring practice.
To answer, to fully, try to answer, we've got about 30 to 35 kids in first block weights. I'll be honest with you, we should have. Now, that's not just on the roster. You look at our roster, it shows about 60, 10 through 12 right now. All right. Well, some of those play other sports and there are other workout classes. We got 5-6 guys that play baseball. They're with the baseball workouts. We had, a handful of these basketball guys that were in the basketball. So once they get with me, I think I can answer that a little bit better. But I know from the guys that I walked in and met, they're killing it. They're doing a great job. I am used to having all my guys in first block all the time. So it's been a little bit of a change for me, trying to figure out, who's this kid? Where's he at? It's because it's personnel driven. Football, it's nothing to do with. I tell people, you want to put great men around them, but on Friday night, it's about our personnel. It's about our kids, and we got to put them in that chance to be successful. And numbers matter in the state of Georgia. Numbers matter. We need to continue to push them, and but the kids we have in there right now, I can't say enough about.
Like I said, unfortunately, the landscape of high school football has changed dramatically. The last couple of years, we see schools recruiting and going and calling players. We've been victim of that in the last couple of years. Other schools calling our players and getting their players to go over there. So, your thoughts on that, and is there any truth to the fact that we're possibly going to Germany looking for the foreign exchange students to come here? Like I said, the landscape. Is that just rumor or is that fact? That's what I've heard.
As far as that goes, here's what I know. that's probably above my pay grade as far as what what coach is doing. From what I gather, he's over there. He got blessed to be a part of a national coaches thing, and they're over there. And I call
Who's he?
Coach Mooring. I call it Coach Professional Development. He and I have talked.
He is in Germany. Right?
He's in Germany,
Right.
Coaching his tail off. Down to he hit me up and said may have a coach that's interested in coming here. That's been in another program on the other side of the over on the West Coast. Haven't talked anything about kids. I know he's talked about some of the things he's been learning, so it's more of I look at it as a professional development for him.
So he's coaching over there right now?
Yeah, he's running camps.
He's running football camps for the youth?
Yes. They're trying to basically, from what I gather, take football over there and bring the American experience of football to them. And he's part of an elite coaches group that they brought over, and they're teaching the game of American football to them.
Kind of like we did with Japan eons ago with baseball.
There you go. So that's kind of what I see him getting into. What was the other question?
No, that was it. Like I said, I just, like I said, we're here. We've been supportive for. We're here to support. Everybody in Wayne County is a Yellow Jacket. That's the great thing about this community. We're all a Yellow Jacket. We're not divided like down in Glenn County. They got Brunswick and Glenn, and Liberty. They got Liberty and Bradwell. But the great thing about Wayne County, everybody's a Yellow Jacket. So everybody's all for the Yellow Jackets. They want success. Like I said, it was a tough year last year. I told people it was not tough, it was brutal. I mean, most of those games were over at halftime, clock running nonstop, and like at the end of the season.
And we're not used to that in Wayne County.
End of the season, only about 30 kids, so that's why I was asking the numbers up. That's the main thing. Like I said, I tell people all the time, kids are not stupid. They see the schedule. They see Warner Robins. They see BC. They see Perry. They see they see what happened last year. So the question is, as a coaching staff, you got to get these kids rallied around and, like I said, built into a program and let them see success. So that's why I'm asking about the numbers, because you can't compete in quad A football with 35 kids. You just can't do it. You got to have 60, 70. We used to have 100 kids when we were successful. But this is a school. Years ago, won 2 state championships, but that's been a long, long time. So times have changed. So glad you're here. Like I said, I've heard nothing but great things about your work in the weight room from kids and all that. And like I said, it's all about getting kids to buy in.
Absolutely.
It's not, I don't care if you're a teacher or coach, whatever. Kids respond to positivity and good energy. So I understand that's going on. But
well, you mentioned like people recruiting. It's going to go on. It's been going on for years.
Now they're paying players. I mean,
now they're paying players.
Crazy.
NIL. I mean, we got high school players. Making $1 million deals. I mean, I never in a million years thought I would see it. But
the sad thing is trickling down from college. I mean, I saw a report yesterday. College football coaches don't even want to do spring games because they're afraid if you put your second string quarterback out there in spring game, somebody's going to come and give them an NIL deal and they're going to be gone. Yeah. So they're talking about doing away with all spring football games anymore because they don't want to put their talent out on display. I mean, it's crazy where we've gone. And Carson Beck goes to Miami because he's getting paid $4 million. And unfortunately, they stole his cars down there. They found everything but the Lamborghini. But
they stole his car?
Yeah, they had 3 cars between him and his girlfriend. His girlfriend plays on the basketball team, her and her twin sister. But they had 3 cars down there, and they stole all 3 cars, but they got everything back. But the Lamborghini's still missing. So,
but his Lamborghini's still gone?
Yeah, still gone. So
everything's
just crazy.
Sure, go ahead.
Bob, the time we told you on the bank was wrong.
I'm sorry.
Thank God for Holly.
I've got her text right here.
Yeah.
I was going to read that in just a moment, but I didn't want to interrupt the coach.
It's at 3 o'clock. The 22nd, that Sunday afternoon, 3 to 5.
3 to 5, okay.
And then the parent meeting
it's still free admission. So
that's right. Yes.
Yeah. So, again, are you doing anything besides weight training? You teaching any other class at school? Are you at the high school?
I'm at the high school. PE. Right. So it's, like I said, getting to know some of the other kids. It's, like I said, being out in the hallways, being seen, doing those things, this landscape of high school football, recruiting. Hey, take care of what we got here, and the people worry about kids going somewhere else. I'm worried about our kids. I'm worried about what are we doing to support our kids, and the facilities. What you guys have made a commitment in this community to doing, that shows a commitment.
Well, for the last 8-9 years, coaches have told me time and time again, what's the number one need? I mean, that's why we lost the coach. I mean, he said they needed a weight room, and they promised a weight room, and they didn't deliver on the promise. But now this Board of Education is, with this East Bloss that just passed, besides the ag facility and the ROTC, they're going to add a weight room. So I know the plans have already been laid out. I just didn't know if you've seen the plans, because I've heard all kinds of talk of what it's going to look like, where it's going to be, stuff like that. So I was just curious.
Yeah, don't know where it's going to be. Don't know all that yet, but I'm excited.
Well, it'll be connected to that wing over there. From what they said before, it should be connected to that wing. You just walk down the hallway, and it's going to be at the end of that wing where you're already.
Well, we're lining up the superintendent in a couple of weeks, so we'll get her in here. She's got all the information.
And I tell you, that's one good thing about our new superintendent, Tony Williams. She's been real helpful, real understanding. You can talk to her; she'll listen. She might not agree with you on everything, but it's been tough in the past for us to be able to talk to the higher ups and listen.
Well, the good thing about Tony, she's from Wayne County.
That's right.
We got a Wayne County person
She has a
there,
vested
and
interest in
it's gonna
Wayne
help.
County.
That's exactly right.
I mean, she's one of the main reasons. She sold my wife, because when we're down here and we're meeting with you guys, and again, having somebody that's from Wayne County, somebody that's committed to our kids, because that was really the big thing, a full commitment. And she showed a commitment, and I think we're blessed to have her. I haven't got to know her, like probably you guys do, since she's from here.
Well, she's bringing the
but
motto
she's
back.
representing it, right?
She's bringing the Jay Brinson motto back. We are Wayne County, and that's what, like I said, we're all Wayne County. We're all in it together. We're all Yellow Jackets. We all want success. And I was joking to Butch the other day. I said, if we're playing tiddlywinks and we're winning, they're going to be a crowd. But if we're losing, they're not coming, because that's just the way Wayne County people are. They don't like to see their teams lose. So we're used to winning. So hopefully the winning will come back. Again, we wish you the best of luck.
Appreciate it.
Nice meeting you. Like I said, I've heard nothing but good things about the weight room, and that's where it all begins, getting bigger, faster, stronger, especially in the off season. But hopefully the numbers will get up. But I'm like you. The recruiting starts with the kids as well.
Mm-hmm.
Those football players that are on that team, they need to walk those hallways and get their classmates and say, look, we need you. We need these basketball players that are talented. We need everybody. In the old days, everybody played everything. But now GHSA is making it hard to play three sports. So as they talk about the basketball players trying to play baseball, if your basketball team goes in the state playoffs, by the time you're done the state playoffs, half the baseball season is gone, so you don't really see the kids going from football to basketball to baseball anymore. GHSA is trying to, they kind of messed that up a little bit, but we need all the athletes we can to get out there and play football.
They got one time. That's the way I look at it. And you really start looking at some of the most NFL combines on, starts today, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Something like that. Go listen to those. Most of those guys played at least two.
Right.
Your most talented guys, they get out and play. They're in high school. You're not guaranteed your next play. Hopefully it never happens, but, what about an injury? Be a kid. Enjoy it. Have fun with it.
And one of the best documentaries ever was they went to spring training and interviewed Glavin, Smoltz, and Maddox, and they talked about your body needs, your muscles need a break. You don't play one sport all year long. Maddox played other sports. Smoltz played hockey. They said your body needs to recuperate. You can't play just one sport all year long. And so you use different muscles for different sports. So they said to play as much as you can. And I tell people all the time, you never know what you're going to be good at. Yeah. Play it all. And like you said, you only have one high school experience. There's opportunities out there. Play everything you can possibly play.
Absolutely. I agree. And, there's got to be an off season somewhere, when you start talking development. The injury rate right now is through the roof. Well, it's through the roof because they've taken in 7-on-7. I'll not even talk about AAU or travel baseball. Like you said, when do they rest?
Right.
And all of a sudden you're seeing tons of soft tissue, ligament, all this injuries. And, at some point you got to allow the body to rest.
Well, that's the way it was when I was at Wayne County High School from 68 to 72. You played your sport and you stopped. Yeah. And you may play another sport, or you may not. Yeah. I ran track at Wayne County High School for 1 mile and 2 mile, and I started training right after the Christmas holidays. And then we had track all the way into May because we went into state, and then into May, that was it. I didn't think about track again until next January. And today it just seems like these athletes just train all year long. I don't know if we had as many injuries before, but you see it all the time now, especially in the college and the pro level. I don't know how much can these athletes push their bodies and it just seems like there's a lot of injuries these days, and that could be one of the reasons. I don't know. But in today's competitive environment, people say, well, if you don't do all that you're not going to be as good as the other team who does the traveling, who does the teams and things of that sort. So it's a dang if you do and dang if you don't. But I'm a big believer in high school athletes being able to participate in as many sports as they'd like.
Absolutely.
Whether it's 1, 2, 3, whatever the case may be. And Holly once again wants me to re-emphasize these dates here and these times again, that the banquet is March 9th, Sunday, from 3 to 5, parent meeting following, and the 10K raffle is on March 22nd at 6 p.m.
At Vans Lake.
Vans Lake on that. So the banquet, the football banquet, is on March 9th, 3 to 5 p.m., free to get into. Right afterwards, after the banquet, there's going to be a parents' meeting, and then the 10K raffle is going to be on March 22nd at Vans Lake at 6 p.m. She sent them in several times, so apparently we must not be doing them correctly.
Right. That's right. Well, Coach, I appreciate you coming in. Hopefully it's the first of many times on the Butch and Bob Show.
Appreciate you having me.
And Michael
guys.
and
Thanks.
Bill know they're always welcome. Like I said, we'll continue to push these
Appreciate
2
it.
dates, the banquet coming up on March 9th and the drawing on the 22nd. So
Just like for everybody to
looking
come.
forward to it. And spring football, do you know when spring football starts? You got the
April
date?
30th. big
April
day
30th, day one. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So and that goes 2 weeks and or 1
2
week?
weeks, and we'll have spring scrimmage. I think it's the 16th. It's Friday.
They lined up a team or they
Crisp County.
Crisp. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
we will have a game in spring, so
Yep.
that'll be fun.
I'm anxious to see the practice. Coach Copley told us when he came here, he said, look for 900 plays every practice.
Well, you're going to be the offense coordinator, right?
Yes, sir.
What kind of offense you going to wait to see what kind of personnel you have, or do you have a set
Personnel
offense?
drives everything,
Okay, I gotcha.
but we'll be spread based.
I like to hear that because, like I said, these coaches that come in with their set, I mean, sometimes you don't have the athletes to fit that system. So I like a coach that says, look, let me see what I got, then I'll work what the system's going to be.
sir.
So sounds good, Coach. Appreciate you coming in.
Thanks
Nice to
for
meet
having
you.
me, guys.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it.
Pleasure meeting you. Look forward to having you back on again.
So,
All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup has been brought to you by Heron Aldridge Insurance, by Murphy Builder Supply, First Southern Bank, and the Service Department at GNS Auto Sales.